Welcome to Program 16 of Build with Becky. After last month when we did a lot of unilateral single-sided work to iron out discrepancies side to side, this program is going to go back to mostly bilateral, 2 feet on the ground, 2 arms pushing or pulling at a time movement. We're going to be focusing on squat and push patterns. Now if you think about it, a squat is really a lower body push, and a bench press, which is most of what we'll be doing for the pushes, is an upper body push. So a very push-focused month. If you know you're doing other things outside of the program, training for a race that's involving a lot of pushing off the ground, and you could even that out with more pulling, just remember only 80% of the program needs to be followed as prescribed. You have 20% of leeway to move around movements, to prioritize different things. So if squats aren't feeling like something you need or enjoy this month, maybe you want to prioritize that hinge pattern. The deadlifts are in there as well. I have them as the third pattern, but you can move them up to the first pattern if that suits your goals and interests better this month. So just keep little things like that in mind throughout the month. Same goes for certain exercises. If you find, oh no, she's got barbell front squat in there and I just know my mobility is limited there and it just doesn't feel good, feel free to swap it out for a goblet squat, for a box squat, whatever works for you. Maybe even a unilateral pattern. Maybe you want to do split squats or a Bulgarian. Don't let me hold you back there. So keep in mind, between movements is a perfect opportunity when your heart rate's coming down to just fit in some mobility. So if you want to do some adductor rock backs, some 90-90, some arm circles, something to just utilize that time well, and maybe do something kind of opposite of what the movement was. So if you were doing something that was a lot of pushing, maybe you want to decompress the spine a little bit, or maybe you want to do some rotation or some pulling. Just something that honestly feels good to your body and lets that heart rate come down is more efficient and keeps you less prone to injury. So keep that in mind. There is a suggested warm-up, another slow go grow warm-up, but really anything that gets your heart rate up and your mind and body prepared to lift and a little bit mobilized, you're golden. So feel free to get creative with your warm-up, play basketball with your kid, take a walk around the block, whatever works for you. For the cool down, we're going to focus on the core, or the finisher rather, the core. It's going to be different plank variations for core strength and stability, but keep in mind that also works the shoulders pretty well if you're being intentional. So you'll get a little arm work there. And then there's a shorter circuit for busy days. That one's going to focus on buns and guns, and you can repeat it as many times as you like to focus on a little bit of hip abduction and a little bit of toning of the arms. Make this program your own, decide on a goal that you want to work towards this month, and let's get started.